Hello there everyone, Mr. Fox here, bringing you a review for Soulstone Survivors. Soulstone Survivors is an action roguelike game developed and published by Gamesmithing Limited, a two-man team that is all about crafting games with passion, as the website mentions. These two people continue the amazing trend of very small indie studios producing quality gaming content, which we as consumers might not consider to be a big thing, but nonetheless, their efforts must be appreciated. It is no easy feat to create a good game with just two people. I think we all can agree on that. The premise of the game is that you play as a void hunter facing the lords of the void and their minion hordes, collect their soul stones and become a god, or at least try to. In this trial and error process, while facing these hordes of enemies, you unlock spells and abilities, craft powerful weapons, unlock multiple characters, upgrade your skill tree, equip new runes, and with the experience of permanent progression, discover game-breaking synergies to conquer all your foes. With RPG mechanics combined with roguelike elements, Soulstone Survivors offers a condensed yet deep action RPG experience. As with similar successful games like Vampire Survivors or Rotato, it is a game easy to play yet hard to master. Gameplay feels unique, fun, and satisfying because of the amount of customization that you have at your disposal. No two runs are the same. You also have the option to enable curse modifiers to choose to make the game more challenging. Feature common to the roguelike genre, similar to Hades' heat levels or Risk of Rain Eclipse. Each run consists up to 10-20 minutes of objective based gameplay, if you make it to the end, that is. The very beginning is slow, but overall the loop feels fast paced, and if you do not choose carefully your synergies at the start, you will get overwhelmed easily. The game loop is all about the number of enemies you kill rather than time spent idle. You kill enemies that drop soulstone experience, and the faster you pick at them up and level up, of course, the faster the bosses will spawn and the faster the run will end. At the end of a successful or semi-successful run, you can choose to either continue your run to a deeper level in endless mode, if you have a 100% the current map as far as I understood, or just go back to the main menu to spend your resources on new characters, weapons, the blacksmith, uh, based on recipes and materials, runes, or skills. In the skill tree section, you can spend the different types of social currency you have to increase your powers or reset skill tree altogether. It represents basic upgrades that apply to all heroes you have unlocked. This ensures to get some partial progression even though you are trying a new hero that you haven't mastered yet. Skill tree is nothing special or unique, but it does add a welcome additional improvement layer for gameplay. One of its highlight is giving the ability to equip runes eventually. You can also check out the in-game achievements or just jump in the fight and select the map for your next run. You can have up to 6 skills that will trigger automatically under cooldown. Your focus is mainly on the movement, the dashing, and the direction that you are facing. Dashing is a very much welcome feature as it gives the feel of more control of the kiting that you have to do each run, essentially giving you the option to be situationally more aggressive or defensive and overall more mobile. When you first start playing, you really want your build to synergize correctly. So what I would recommend for you would be to read what each of the skills offered at each level up, uh, and don't worry, on the next runs you'll easily identify which skill does what, so progression feels more streamlined. So you basically need to read only the first time what each skill does overall, and you'll, trust me, you'll be able to recognize what it does the next time just by looking at the icon. Leveling up happens very fast and lets you choose from three options each levels for or either new active or passive skills or boosts to your current skills. Boosting current skills has a rarity level associated, common to legendary as in other RPGs. So each level up of a certain skill will be different in quality. They can range from modifiers of range, speed, to area of effect, poison, bleed, weaken, or direct damage percentage. On top of this, you have the chance of finding power upgrades that apply to multiple skills at the same time. They're obviously the best ones to choose, and of course, they are much rarely encountered uh, these type of upgrades. You also have the options to replace your active skills if they're already full and you want to shake up your build, or you can replace active skills offered with passive ones so you can improve the character no matter what. The upgrades you can expect are the usual suspects like movement speed, pickup radius, crit damage, crit chance, and so on. The weapons you can craft at the blacksmith are currently just 20, but the total promised is 105, which again sounds insane. You will need to play with each character a couple of times to reach the required prestige level to unlock the weapon crafting though. When you are ready to further enhance your character, you can get unique upgrades in the form of runes, up to 48 on full release. These runes will complement the curse modifiers that will be up to 23 on full release. The curse modifiers that I mentioned earlier, um, this complement these two will complement each other quite well for future challenges, in my opinion. There are up to 4 curses that you can check to make the game considerably harder for you. All the runes are unlockable through reaching specific prestige levels or unlocking specific achievements and buying the required skill from the skill tree. Game is currently in early access since November, and with the current patch, it does seem that damage over time is favored across most skills. Each enemy will have damage over time debuffs under his health bar, and with all ticks going down and the number of debuffs, I have currently seen up to 8 debuffs on one enemy. It sure feels that this is the current meta. This is just my opinion though. Obviously many hours need to be invested in the game to say for sure that this is the case. I am expecting this to get patched soon though. Let me know in the comments, what is your opinion on this? Do you think that this indeed is the current meta, or I'm just wrong and I'm not seeing I'm not having the same experience that you guys will be having or are already having? Also, currently there are 142 skills in the early access, and they are promising a whopping 335 for full release, which in my opinion is just bonkers for build variation. Can't wait for that one. You start out with one character, the Barbarian, and by gaining resources in your runs, you get to choose additional ones, up to 14 currently and 21 on full release. Characters like the Pyromancer or the Hunter. During my time with the game, I also unlocked the Spellblade, the Sentinel, and the Spartan. Each character has a unique look, skill set, alternate weapon, and modifiers. Also, each character has prestige levels required to further unlock their unique variations. Some characters like barbarians do tend to feel much more stronger from the get-go compared to others like a pyromancer or sentinel, for which you start quite weak and need to be more careful on what you choose for your build. Regarding enemies and environments, currently you can play on 5 different maps, with the full release promising a total of 10. Each zone has its own landscape, monsters, and resources to be collected, and after finishing one level, the curse modifier opens up. Be on the lookout for the crystal resources that enemies can drop, as these are the ones used to upgrade your character post game, and they can be easily missed when things, due to the fast nature of the game, can get quite hectic on the screen later on. These are blue or green, what I encountered in my experience at least, and are scattered through the many yellow experience soulstones. While the map variation is appreciated, as well as the monster variation, currently, especially for the monsters variation, it does tend to blend in altogether and it feels like there is not enough variation. Also, you actually end up doing loops around small sections of the map or maps to be more efficient in leveling up, and don't really explore your environments except when you maybe are desperate for a health pickup. I really hope that they will be able to add some more additional enemy variation in the future, each with new abilities. That will really spice things up. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. The Lords of the Void bosses are 8 in total, with additional ones promised for the future. Bosses will spawn after killing a specific numbers of enemies set by objectives of the map. Bosses will give you extra experience and special resource upon defeat. Each stage map has 5 bosses that you can test your skills on. Graphics and technical aspects. The graphics provide a colorful, nice to look at palette. The particle effects didn't result in any stuttering except when bosses were about to spawn. I hope this issue will be fixed because there are 2 to 3 seconds where the game feels like it froze, but it's just loading the boss, which is silly. The overall visual clutter in later game did make things feel overwhelming and kind of confusion on occasion due to the high amounts of explosion effect. You do have the option of sliding down the intensity of the visual clutter if you feel it happens too often for your taste. I played down to 25% and even set it to 0% after longer sessions. This leads me to one of my major complaints of the game. For me personally, this is one of the very few games that give me eyesores. If I chose to play more than 2 runs consecutively, so something like more than 30 minutes, this is most likely due to the flashy effects of the particles. It felt like I had HDR turned on in a dark room. It was very bright, or at least the sensation that very bright screen gives you to your eyes. Really hope this gets addressed, as right now I can recommend only playing the 2 sessions and taking a break Doing more, you do it at your own risk for your eyes. Do let me know what um, do you think, if this indeed is the case, or do I need to just have my eyes checked. During my time with the game, I encountered some smaller bugs as well, like scrolling with the controller through the achievements did not actually move to the next page, the selection, or if you leveled up when a boss would spawn, the boss name would remain on top of your skill section, and you will have to select your skills in order for it to be removed. These are more like minor nuisances compared to the previously mentioned bugs, though. On the sound effects and the music side, the game boots and lands on the menu with a catchy electric and what it felt like Oriental-inspired tune that sets the tone well for the hunt for God. Game soundtrack focuses on a mix of synthetic and orchestral elements to probably get you on the mood for some void hunting afterward. The beaten rhythm constantly keeps you on the edge, motivated to push forward and focus. Each map has its own catchy beat that I could not get enough of. The music tones down when you are at the leveling up screen, very similarly to how Hades did its leveling. A very nice feature to improve the overall feel of the game. Accessibility and options. Uh, Accessibility and options are very basic with a minimum starter standard for audio and graphics. The game does offer support for both keyboard and mouse, as well as gamepad support, though, and the much needed slider for visual clutter, as well as 4K with resolution with VSync option. My personal experience, my first one was with the Barbarian. There I made a tanky shaman hybrid build that worked very well. I could easily clear out the first map fully 15 minutes, which made me pumped for more. I tried after the Pyromancer and tried to focus on fire based and chaos plus golem abilities, but immediately it felt weaker than the first build, and no surprise there, I got defeated halfway through. The feeling of this game being too easy quickly dissipated and made me want to know more about it. Obviously, I made some wrong choices while building my Pyromancer. I tried then the Houndmaster, and oh my god, it felt so bad. We're shooting some cluster bombs and other bomb variations for the build. It was all over the place, and unleashing as well as unleashing those underwhelming hounds. I really like this class the least due to the lack of control I felt I had over my damage. Dying quite fast with it did not help either. I guess it was my lack of experience with it as this time as well. But again, let me know in the comments, what do you feel like is the stronger class you've played with, if you already played the game, and what is the weaker one in your opinion? For me, so far, is the Houndmaster, or the Hunter as I initially called it. After that, I also tried the Spellblade, which felt again as good, if not better, than the Barbarian, focusing on a mix of slashing abilities with ice and shadow bolts. Felt really strong while playing this one, and lastly, I tried the Sentinel, which is basically an archer, which I kind of disliked at the start, but once my Chaos Golem Lightning build started growing, with some lucky legendary upgrades to spice things up, I started doing insane damage and cleared over 3 runs in endless mode, reaching level 180 something, and having absolutely ridiculous damage, which was a joy to watch. Team reviews. Game sits currently at 3.6k reviews with 89% very positive status. And we have Steam user reviews from recently posted. Such a fun roguelike game, 34 hours into the game and I cannot stop playing it. Overstimulated, optical nerve fun, Vampire Slayer 3D, time deletion tool, better than Vampire Survivors, lol. Great game, much gun. I have happily enjoyed this game for over 45 hours during the first week of early access. As new content continues to come out, I'm positive I'll be itching to complete it. It's well worth its price point and the devs are active. Yes. And on the most helpful review side, I can see anything. And my personal favorite, numbies make brain do the happy chemical. And one of the, or if not the only, negative review. I generally don't like giving negative reviews, but the price point for the genre versus the experience is just not it. So Soulstone Survivors looks great at first glance. It's got good visuals, seemingly tons of customization, good controls. So why then do I not recommend it? This game is all about the illusion of choice. There are many decisions you can make, but there aren't any particularly meaningful ones. What I mean is, core gameplay boils down to picking up a couple of the stronger skills with the most tags in common, say burst, missile, or fire, then running around in circles and praying for good RNG. Okay, well, that is certainly an opinion. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? I personally do not agree with Lumina, but each of us with our own opinions regarding this game. And the last one, this is a game of needs. Like, do I need another 30% area modifier on top of my 180%, or do I need to understand what's going on at the screen? The choice is obvious, and your TPS won't like it. Conclusion: Soulstone Survivors costs just €10, and for just this amount you can get easily over 100 hours of nerve-wracking addictive gameplay. The replayability of this game will have you coming for just one more run, and hours will fly by without you noticing. Mind those eyesores though. The fact that it is in early access with so much content coming in the future makes me absolutely recommend this one to anyone interested or familiar with the roguelite horde mode survival genre. It is one of the best, if not the best, indie title I played this year, with nicer graphics and less of a grindy feel, even though there are many things to unlock. That's all I have to say about the game. Thank you everyone for watching. If you want to see more structured content like this for other games, please leave a like and subscribe, as it helps me tremendously to see that my videos reach their intended audience and making indie gems like this more known. Also, make sure to leave your comments regarding any of your opinions on any aspects of the game, and hope to see you in the next one. Mr. Fox is signing out. Bye.